Hi guys, such moving here again. Now, in this video, we're going to spend some time talking about just the very few things you need to do immediately you buy that land, especially here in Nigeria. Number one thing you need to do is involve the services of a surveyor. Now, it's depending if the previous transaction, if the previous owner actually surveyed that land. In this particular case, your surveyor will go to the field, to this particular land, capture the dimensions and measurements of this particular land, and compare it to what was presented by the previous owner. If the variance is not much, he goes ahead and registers that particular land in what we call title, change of title. By change of title, you are now doing a fresh registration at the Ministry of Land to update the previous record. You understand? So it's a normal survey, and then the difference now is that the title will now be changed. The title of what was registered before will now be changed. In the other way around, if the previous owner did not survey the land, now you need to conduct a fresh survey and then go ahead, in the process of registering and lodging your documents, your survey plan at the Ministries of Land. And of course, when you log your documents, your survey plan at the Ministry of Land, you get what we call the certificate of deposits. Now, going forward, another thing you need to do is what we call title registration. The power of attorney or the deed of assignment or conveyance you used for the transaction, you need to register that particular title at the registrar's office at the ministry. These two is very important. Going forward, another thing you also need to do is, now you are not the owner, but as far as Nigeria is concerned, you really cannot be too careful, with your property. So regardless the number of legal documents you have backing your ownership of a particular land, you also need to show some physical presence. What am I saying? Some people might just choose to do fencing around that particular property. If you have your money, you can go with the full fencing. If you have, depending on your budget, you can actually go with dual fencing. Also, depending on your budget, you can go what we call the L-shape, boundary mark. That is to say, on the survey beacon, you have an L-shaped block of say 3 coaches, 3x3 coaches, or 4x4, coaches, just L-shape, around the beacon on the boundary. So you have from this direction 4x4, from this direction 4x4. So you have an L shape while your beacon is here. You have one going forward now the other direction. So you have this particular L shape, on the 4 beacons, or the beacons that make up the boundary mark of your land. So that is that. Another thing also you need to do, very important, is to visit that particular place frequently. Like I said earlier, that's just a little thing. You are in Nigeria, so you need to show physical presence. And also be careful. There is a law in Nigeria that says that anybody that occupies a land for a period of 10 years, without any form of anybody coming to ask about his activity on that particular land for a period of 10 years, that person, owns that land. It has been proven a number of times in court. You understand the point? So you need to show physical presence, not just to show that you're the owner, but also to scare away potential, land encroachments, potential scammers, and every other person who wants to, sell your land or do any funny thing in the bush. You understand the point? So apart from this, another thing also, depending if you are staying, if you don't have the capacity or the ability to be visiting frequently, you can actually, engage the services of a caretaker, somebody to mount that particular place. Now, it's not as if the person will be coming there every day. No, it's just somebody who comes around once in a while. You could, the person could be farming on that land. That is just one of the ways to preserve your land. You understand? And it also has an indirect way of increasing the activity, the profits. The value of the land, because when you have activity going on in a particular land, it kind of has a way of showing people that something is actually happening here. So it has an indirect increase on the value of that particular land. So you can involve people, the caretakers, to be farming on that land, or you lease it out for 1 or 2 reasons. But the main important thing is this: engage someone, a caretaker, to be taking care of that land once in a while, and then be reporting situation reports to you based on what is going on within that particular area. I think with these few things, you can comfortably call yourself a landowner and a proud owner of land in Nigeria without any form of fear that something will happen to your land. You understand? And you can't be too careful, but just with these few points of mine, I'm sure by the grace of God as well, that you will have peace You understand? You buy this land and then be able to have peace. You know, for the number of years you really want to have the ownership before you want to resell or you want to develop that particular land. Thank you. See you next.